Hello. So I'll be picking up a few points on the qualities a professional teacher should have. So number one is knowing your subject. Of course, you can't teach what you don't know. You can't. You can't teach what you don't know. You have to know the subject that you're teaching in order to be professional in it. So of course, everyone doesn't need to be an expert in a subject. But having a knowledge of the subject is very, very important and essential. So that's number one, knowing your subject, knowing what you're teaching. So, number two, planning skills. Of course, you can't just come into the classroom without having a prepared, plan of what you're going to do for the day. So, of course, a good teacher, a professional teacher, should have his or her plan for the day laid out. So that's number two, planning skills. You should have all your plan for the day planned already and laid out. So number three is having patience. Of course, in this life, in order to be successful, you need to have patience. And these are kids. So, sometimes they do crazy things and they don't want to learn, but you have to have patience. Being patient is the third quality of being a good teacher. And of course, we need to talk about following procedures of the school. Of course, some school has its procedures. So being a good and quality teacher, you need to follow the procedures and the rules of the school in which you're teaching. So that's number four. And number five, I'm going to talk about neatness. Of course, neatness. So you are what you teach. If you are looking neat, of course the kids will also look neat. So you have to be neat. You have to have good outfits. It's cold. That's why I'm putting on this. But of course, it doesn't mean I should wear a dirty cloth. It has to be neat. Neatness, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's a popular saying. So the number five factor or the quality a good teacher should have is neatness. Of course, number six is being positive. You know, uh, we have to be positive when teaching. It doesn't matter if John doesn't understand and you make conclusions that okay, John doesn't understand, that means he can never get it in this life. No. John, like for me myself, I learned Russian language in Russia for 4 months. And my teachers, they had hope in me that I was gonna learn. And of course I could learn in 4 months. So just just be positive in your students, be positive in yourself, and you see that your goals will be so smooth, your road will be smooth, and the students they will surprise you. Just be positive. Okay, just be positive. Put out the negativities. You don't need negativities in your life. So that's it. And of course, I'm going to talk about being respectful. We all have to be respectful to the teachers, to the fellow colleagues working with you, to the parents, and of course to the students, to the kids. Respect is reciprocal. You give respect to the students, they respect you in return. So of course, we need to be respectful in being a good and qualified teacher. And of course, what I can say, ways to be a better teacher, of course, your listening skills. You have to have a good listening skill. Listen attentively, have a good listening skill, have high expectations. That's okay. How should I say? Okay, that's okay. By this time, by this so time, this is going to happen. You should just have high expectation, have good listening skills, be an organizer. That's you should have organizing skills. You know how to organize situations, organize plans for the day, organize the students, organize the place where you're teaching, and you understand what I mean. So just have organizing skills. Of course, like I said, you have to have communication skills. You should know how to talk. Good communication skills. You don't need to gossip. Gossiping, that's So just have good communication skills and also learn how to build relationship with you and your students. So I hope these few points of mine are able to convince you, but not to confuse you on how to be a good teacher or how a professional teacher or the qualities of a professional teacher in some school. And not only some school, for yourself. Thank you. So I hope you use these qualities to improve your teaching self. Thank you very much. I love you all.